Okay everybody, today we're making taco salad. So I bought the burrito shells, not the biggest ones or the smallest, but the one in between. And you need to use some stronger aluminum foil. I got this from Walmart. It was the Walmart brand, but just not the weakest because it's got to have a little strength to hold the sides of the taco shell in. So I just brushed both sides with the olive oil and flipped it over and brushed the other side. Put them in here and then scrunched around the sides. You see, I'm going to do this one. Then I'm going to put them in the oven at 350. I'm cooking it lower because I don't want the olive oil to burn. And I don't want the taco shell to cook real fast. So we're going to see how it turns out in a few minutes. And they're cooking, they're bubbling up some. It looks good. We'll check back later. Okay, I think they're done. You can't see really well, but they're brown around the edges a little tiny bit. That's why I'm cooking it on 350 slow, and they've been in there about 10 minutes. Okay, this one's pretty crisp in the bottom of it, but these are still a little bit too soft for me. They're probably pretty crispy, but I want them a little bit crunchier. So I'm going to put these back in the oven for just a couple of more minutes, and then they'll be ready. And don't put too much olive oil on them when you brush them on, because when I took them out, there was a little bit settling in the bottom of one of them, and I had to kind of drizzle it off. So it really doesn't take a lot of olive oil. And we use the La Banderita burrito shells, the medium size, but if you want a larger taco shell, you should use the larger size. We just don't want all that bread. So the larger one, you can see my hand and how big it is. It's not super big, so just to let you know. And that's it for the video, because you can see the results. If you want to, I'm going to extend the video just a little bit and throw together some taco meat with it. You know how to chop up lettuce and all that, just in case you want to see what to put in your taco meat. But the main part of the video is over. Okay, I've got about 3/4 of a pound of hamburger meat, or you can use 1 pound, and I'm going to use my measurements today. We're going to cook this down until it gets brown, and then we're going to pour off the grease and add our seasonings. And you can see I use wooden chopsticks. Just about every time I do anything cooking, either I'll break them and use them opened up, or I'll stir them with them, because I can just throw them away when I'm finished, and I don't have to use a wooden spoon, and it doesn't scratch my surface of the non-stick pans. We're almost ready for the seasonings. And I'm a naughty girl. I always use ground chuck because I like the flavor, and then I pour all the grease off with it. Now I was just going to show you, there's like 1/4 of a cup of sludge that gets in your intestines, so you don't want to use that. You pour it off. Okay, I use about a cup of water when I'm doing my seasonings, and then I add another cup later and just let it simmer down. And I add about a teaspoon of salt. And this is some crushed red peppers. I just sprinkle in some of them. And I actually got these from a restaurant I go to, a pizza restaurant, my favorite. We like it nice and spicy. You can do about not a tablespoon, about a teaspoon of those. And that'll make it average spicy. This is about 1/4 of a teaspoon of black pepper. And now I'm going to show you my measurements. I do about, I guess, a 1/2 tablespoon, maybe a teaspoon of the oregano. Probably about 2 tablespoons of paprika. About a teaspoon of onion powder. Onion. Chili powder, probably about 1.5 tablespoons. And garlic. I usually don't do tons of garlic. I do about maybe about a teaspoon of garlic. I think that's about a teaspoon. See? And about a tablespoon of sugar. 4 shakes of, maybe 5 or 6 of hot sauce. And something a lot of people probably don't do, I do about 3 shakes of Worcestershire sauce. 1, 2, 3. It gives it a little different flavor. Now stir it up, and then I'll add the other cup of water and just let it simmer down. And see, it's boiling down really good right now, so we're going to let it boil all the way down until it's kind of just in a thick juice.